Hello, YouTube. Alright, I've been having some camera issues. My phone is, I'm using an Android phone to film everything, and for some reason, it's not detecting the memory available on my SD card. It's like I get a new SD card and it fills it up, then I upload the files and delete it, but the camera says that it's still full, even though it's showing that the file's been deleted. So anyhow, I did get a new card and I stuck it in there, so this is a temporary fix, so we can at least get this done. We're missing some videos because of the card being full and me having the camera issues. But anyhow, as you last recall, I was in process of trying to get the RV totally off-grid capable. And to that end, what I did was I wired in a 2,000 watt inverter. We tested the air conditioning, it did not work. Tested the microwave, it apparently does work. And I was looking to get a meter so I could see how much battery power there was, how much storage I had, how much energy I had left in the system, because I have one house battery, which is like supposedly 100 amp hours, but I know it's probably less than that right now. Anyhow, I was on a quest to find a meter and couldn't find one locally, and I'm looking to order one online, but it may take a while to get here. And looking at the expenses as far as getting a meter, I decided maybe for now, temporarily, I'll use this new inverter that I just bought, a 750 watt inverter, which comes with a built-in meter right here. I don't know if you can read that. It's the same model as the one in Little Blue 2. And you might be wondering why I would bother to get a second power inverter when I already have one that's more powerful. Well, the 2,000 watt inverter here actually draws more power, and even when it's not running, if it's turned on, it uses a lot of extra battery power. So it actually makes more sense to have a smaller one here, the 750 watt, that can be used for most functions, like running the TV. I can run the TV up here in the front, as well as the computer here, and work like normal. Just by running a line under here and plugging it into my multi-plug outlet instead of plugging it into the RV's power receptacle, I can power everything like normal without running the wire all the way to the back, which I have right here actually. This big line right here that runs to the back. Originally I was plugging everything into the RV's power system, outside. And I thought of punching a hole here and then plugging it in that way, which I may still do. And that would allow all the jacks and stuff to work like normal. But you get some power loss when you have a line that long. And this is only 16 gauge wiring because I decided not to get the $50 10 gauge wiring. But I may splurge some money and get that eventually. But it'd still be pretty ugly to have a 10 gauge wire run across the RV. And I'll have to punch a hole down there in that cabinet area to try to access the power system. Either that or plug it in under the bed where everything actually, there's a distributor box here. But I'm not an electrician, and it could get kind of, spooky messing with that and cause a fire and set the whole RV on fire. So I'm probably just going to patch it into the existing power line for when you're boondocking at a mobile home or RV park where they let you plug in. But in the meantime, what I've done is I've run it on this 16 gauge wire that I have, and have simply just brought it and plugged it into the multi-plug outlet here. And what that would allow is me to watch TV and stuff back here. I can watch TV, use the video disc, have a computer working back here eventually. Right now, this side's not turned on because it's not hooked up. There's nothing to connect that to this side. So I'm still debating how I want to do the final wiring, but for now this will work. And you might be wondering why I bother to keep the 2,000 watt inverter if I'm able to do everything off the 750 watt. Well, for running stuff like this microwave, I think this microwave's a 700 or 800 watt microwave. I probably want to run it off the 2,000 watt inverter versus the 750 watt one. I might try it on the 750 watt one to see if it'll have enough power. If this is 700 watts, it may work. then I don't need to use the big one at all, really, unless I decide to run something like this cooker, the baking oven. Although I don't know how many watts that takes. I need to double check it. Because my wire that I got for it is actually like 15 foot, but it's also 16 gauge wiring. The reason I didn't get like smaller gauge is, one, they're hard to find, but two, they're very expensive. And really, to get one that would handle everything I need, I would go 10 gauge. But we're looking at $50 just for one connection, one cable. So I'm holding off on that for now. And this isn't like a permanent fix, but like a temporary thing that you wouldn't use anyways, that often. You'd use it only every once in a while. Right now, what I'm getting ready to do, the system right now is hooked up, and it is taking the power off the vehicle leisure battery, but it's also connected to the vehicle battery right now. And you can see we're down to 12 volts. See how it says 12 volts right there? So what I do to charge the system up is I start the vehicle up. This is just like Little Blue. It's like a big version of Little Blue. And start the vehicle up. Okay. And because everything's connected right now, all the batteries are connected. Basically I have two batteries. I have a starter battery and a vehicle battery, just like Blue. It's connected through the switch, which is on right now. You can see that the reading goes up now. It's up to like 12.8. What that means is that the system is charging. It's charging the vehicle battery as well as the house battery. So right now, I'm generating 120 volts using the RV, and I'm able to keep the house battery and the vehicle battery charged up. But looking at how fast the power gets used, although my existing house battery is pretty weak right now, it's not the best shape. It's about a year old and has been sitting, not fully charged, so it's kind of draining down and not holding the maximum charge.